Biden,
He
look,
is a
Biden's
threat to
brain is
democracy.
basically
I would
turning into the
needle
soft
him. I
serve that
agree
he
with
loves
you.
so
He's
much.
the thinnest
But
skinned
honestly, look
person
at his
I've ever
actual
met.
cabinet and
He
what they're
is
doing.
a,
I mean, to
And
Carolyn's
think
point,
it's
they're
I mean,
going
like,
after
commitment to the
Ticketmaster
American
he's got
people,
and
both.
that
Adobe.
he
They're
would
In other words,
debate
he
Joe
suing
reacts
Biden
to
Adobe
anytime,
and they're
absolutely everything,
suing
anywhere,
but he
any
can
place.
soak
Amazon.
up
That's one
stuff
of the
that
Yes,
would
reasons
kill
for
the
what?
wars
anybody.
are
For
happening in
ripping
world
off
he
members.
is
A
customers.
a
few
threat
months
to
ago,
Department of
there was a lot of
democracy.
Transportation
talk
right
that
I
Joe
would
now
Biden
needle
should
him. I
acquire
requires
agree with
airlines,
you.
to
He's the
if they
thinnest
cancel your
skinned
flight,
person
they
I've
gotta
ever
pay
met.
you
I'm
back
He
in
is
made a
full.
a,
That's
commitment
what
to the
he
And
American
wants.
it's a,
people
I mean,
that
we
he
can
would
debate
debate
that.
Joe
he's
Biden
got
anytime,
both. In other
anywhere,
words,
any
he
place.
reacts to
That's part
absolutely
of the
everything.
reasons these
Okay,
debates
so
are
Okay, he
this
can
is
happening.
soak
If you
up
ridiculous.
stuff
remember,
that would
Joe
kill
A few
Biden
months
months
anybody.
ago,
ago,
there
All
was
right,
a lot of
everybody
talk
bring
He
in
that Joe
is a
Biden
Francesca.
should
threat to
campaign was trying
democracy.
to
I mean,
I
look,
would
there's a lot
agree
of
that
people
I
that
he's
agree
agree with
basically
with you.
turning
Biden
into
He's
the
the
now.
soft
thinnest
serve that he
This
skinned
could
loves so
person I've
much.
be,
ever met.
But
and think
honestly,
He is
look
it's
at
a
his
right.
actual
And
cabinet
think
and
the
what they're
president.
doing.
I
I
mean,
mean, to
like,
Carolyn's
he's
point,
fine. He's
they're
got
going
both.
after
In other words, he
Ticketmaster
reacts
and
to
Adobe.
absolutely
They're
everything,
suing
but he
Adobe
can soak
and
up
they're
stuff that
suing
would kill anybody.
Amazon.
And
Like,
in
look,
conclusion, what sums it all up is that everything left of center is immoral.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm eating. Look at that. Look at me eating. I'm going to wash it down with a tasty beverage. Later on, I might pick my nails on camera or clip my nails on camera, and crime runs rampant because of the Democrats. MC2 Tool Show, man. The MC2 Tool Show. Can't believe I've been doing this 5 years. 5 years. 5 years of doing this MC2 Tool Show, bringing out conservative talking points, and 5 years of losing friends. 5 years of people expressing that they would kill me if they met me in person. Literally, the 5 years. 5 years of people wanting, of finally coming out that there are people out there that want me dead, that know who I am and want me dead. And that's a great feeling, I tell you. It means you're doing something. Well, you read the title. You heard me say it in the beginning of the video. You read it in the thumbnail. And I'll say it again. Everything left of center, everything, all of it, is immoral. And you've heard me say it time and time again. I've lost count how many times I said it myself. Crime runs rampant because of the Democrats. And right up there with crime running rampant is businesses shutting down, especially privately owned mom and pop shops. Oh, the left just loves tearing those down, shutting them down, sending in their looters to trash the joint. They love doing that. And I don't care what position of the left you call it. What are the names? Let's see. Classical Democrat, classical liberal, moderate Democrat, socialist Democrat, socialist, communist, Luciferian, Satanist, worshiper of Isis, Osiris, and Horus, worshiper of Set. You know, worshiper of science. There's nothing wrong with science, but the sheer worship of it is pure evil. And you could source that from a reliable source. Behold the Pale Horse by Milton William Cooper. May God rest his righteous soul in holy heaven. And you can't say that these exist on earth. These beautiful creatures right here exist on earth, yet God does not exist. First of all, you can't be a conservative or Republican and have that mindset. You're already on the left. You're already on the fanatical left, the evil left, the wicked left. And so we got the crime running rampant. We have the businesses shutting down. Child sacrifices. Wherever on the spectrum you believe life begins, oh boy, I tell you, the immoral, they got you covered. They got you covered. If you want to be a supporter of the devil himself, the left has you covered with that, because whether you believe life begins at conception, they got you covered. They're doing those child sacrifices right from that point. After birth, sure. As soon as they start to have a language and learn words, learn these different words like boy and girl, there's your kid's kindergarten teacher leaning into Billy's face going, maybe you were meant to be a girl. There's something wrong with that. Leave the kids alone. Let them decide on that when they're adults. Because guess what? The ones who grow out of it outnumber the ones that don't. So I don't know what the deal is for making somebody, rendering somebody unable to reproduce in their adult life by nipping it in the bud at an early age. You know, and yeah, that's even worse than a. But I'll tell you this though. Those who are pro-life and pro-choice, they will have one thing in common. They can't seem to get together on the one thing they have in common. They were born. Neither one on either side of the argument was aborted. Which is an interesting thing, and it's a lefty thing. It's a lefty thing. The devil himself is said to come from the left. The left is evil. The left is evil on your map. The left is evil everywhere. There's not one member of the demographic they're trying to create called MAPS, minor attracted persons, that's a Republican, that's a conservative, that's a libertarian, that's a constitutionalist. Notice, no, there's no constitutionalist, Republican, libertarian, or conservative that's of this sicko demographic called MAPS.
And all MAPS is, in my opinion, is the attempted normalization of pedophilia. You know, that thing that was practiced on an island that there's written record of Robert De Niro going to, and Bill Clinton, and several other members of Congress and Senate. You know, that thing that people practiced at Bohemian Grove, that Nixon was going to spill the beans about, and his resignation was more about that. His forced resignation, that is, was more about that than of Watergate. And he was a Republican, by the way, so there they go, railroading a Republican again. They just love doing that. They crashed the economy on Hoover so that Roosevelt could come out looking like a hero. And which out of that, you know, as much as Harry Truman was a hero for ending World War II, the Democrats don't like celebrating that, though. They don't like celebrating that. They talk about John F. Kennedy's memory. But they won't say anything different. Or they'll go after Robert F. Kennedy, his nephew, whose beliefs are no different from John F. Kennedy. No. And so that's what you have going on here. And I think I've articulated myself pretty well. I've proven myself in this one video alone to not only to have it put in a very profound perspective, but that I myself am so sane, you could trust me with the nuclear codes. That's how sane I am. I'm definitely more trustworthy with the nuclear codes than David Pacman or Brian Tyler Cohen combined. And Trump must win the presidency. We must have all red, all the way down the line, from the presidency to our two senators, to that huckster named Hochul that lives in Albany, also known as the creepy doll up in the attic, to this do nothing swagger man, international guy that won't fly the American flag, Eric Adams. I've never seen a police officer, an ex-police officer, more anti-American than Eric Adams. And then you have totally red, hardcore communists, pro-Hamas Jerry Nadler. You gotta elect Mikey Z. Get him out of there. Then you have total blue wave, red China loving, red army loving AOC that will talk about a public murder, the Samaritan work of Daniel Penny, call that a public murder, try to shoot down this man's character, but have nothing to say about illegal trespassers on scooters shooting at the cops, or 5 of them ganging up on 2 police officers, beating them up.
or one of them tying up two 13-year-olds and raping one of them. But she'll talk about a man who saved the lives of everybody in that entire train car, and refer to what he did, which saved those lives, a public murder instead, because the culprit happened to have died in the confrontation. I could go on and on and on. I could go on and on and on. There's more things to mention. Yeah, I mean, I could repeat the story of Rachel Morin again. I could repeat the story of Jocelyn Nungary again. I could repeat the story of that anonymous 14-year-old girl that was outnumbered 5-1 and kidnapped and taken across state lines. I'll repeat these stories over again. But I think I've proven my case. I've articulated my case with the utmost logic and sanity. And from this video, I'm sure you'll agree with me that if based on this video alone, my sanity had to be judged by this one video, you'd hand the nuclear codes to me and entrust me with the nuclear codes. That's how sane you probably believe me to be now, in conclusion of this video. I'm not asking for that. You know, we have a great president named Donald Trump who will have access to that very soon. And, you know, and I humbly will say, you know, he's more responsible with the nuclear codes than I am. And so, with that said, I'm trusted to do crucial automotive repairs that the safety and lives of entire families depend on, who get into these vehicles that I do repair jobs on. I'm trusted with that, and I really get into a job praying to God for the instructions on what to do, and He dictates to me what to do. And God walks me through the steps of what to do on how to fix these cars so that they're safe to be driven in. And that's why I have tremendous respect for God. So, and who but God can create such beautiful creatures like this? Respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, love cats, follow and share my content everywhere you see it, stay strong, keep kicking that slang, right? Yeah, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy MC Too Tall.